Yemen's desert is shaking. Not from missiles, not from airstrikes this time, but from two of the most powerful Arab nations, turning their gazes on each other. You're watching TimesXP. My name is Rityatri, and Saudi Arabia is on one side, the UAE on the other. Both once allies, both once partners in the same war. Today, they are standing on the edge of a dangerous split. And at the center of the new storm, the Southern Transnational Council, the STC. Well, the UAE-backed militia that have just made its boldest, fastest move in years now. In only 10 days, the STC launched a lightning offensive, seizing oil fields, capturing strategic coastal towns, and taking control of over 70% of Yemen's oil reserves. Yes, 70%. Now that's not just a battlefield victory, that is Yemen's economic heart, its lifeline, its power source. And the Saudis are furious. Riyadh has sent its final warning. Saudi leaders, including Major General Mohammed al-Khatini, he made their message really brutally clear. Withdraw your militia, restore the old security order, or face the consequences. Well, this is the strongest language that Saudi Arabia has ever used. Not against Iran, not against the Houthis, but against the UAE's proxy army. Now, on the ground, the situation is even more explosive. STC fighters, trained, armed, and funded by the UAE, have pushed Saudi aligned forces out of the key region. STC fighters, trained, armed, and funded by the UAE, have pushed Saudi aligned forces out of the key region in Hadramaut. Border checkpoints fallen, oil terminals captured, Saudi bases surrounded. The UAE says that it wants security in the south. But the Saudi Arabia, they look at it in a very different angle. They see it as a takeover. And now the shadow of a new war, it is looming. For the first time in decades, the Middle East is watching two Gulf giants, Saudi Arabia and the UAE, stand on opposite sides of the same battle. Well, these countries shaped the Yemen war together. If you remember, they coordinated the airstrike, they shared intelligence, they spent billions. But now their interests are colliding, their patience is ending. Why? Because they want oil, they want control on the oil, and their rivalry, it could be a real confrontation here. Now, what this means for the rest of the region? It really matters a lot because Yemen is not just a conflict zone. Of course it is, but not just. It is a crossroad too. Crossroad of oil shipping routes, of Red Sea security, of Gulf influence, and of the military presence from Iran to the US. Now, if Saudi Arabia and the UAE clash, even indirectly, then the entire Middle East, the map, it could shift. New alliances, new enemies, new fault lines. The people of Yemen are caught in the middle again. While foreign-backed militia fight for oil fields, it is the ordinary families who face another cycle of displacement, another wave of hunger, another chapter of war. 8 years of conflict, and now a new one threatens to begin. The simple question, but the answer is not. Will Riyadh and Abu Dhabi step back, or are we witnessing the beginning of a Gulf versus Gulf confrontation that could redraw the future of the entire region? For now, the desert is silent, the armies, they are moving, and the countdown has already begun.